Welcome to our course on asbestos products and types. Asbestos is strong, flexible, resistant to heat, fire, chemicals, water, electricity, wear and friction, and it also absorbs sound. With these kinds of qualities, you can imagine some of the ways people have used asbestos in their products before we realized that, in its friable form, it could cause respiratory diseases, including lung cancer. In this course, we'll go over some of the products in which you may find asbestos. By the end of this course, you will be able to recognize presumed asbestos-containing materials, identify products and locations that may contain asbestos, recognize types of asbestos, and recognize signs of damage and deterioration of presumed asbestos-containing materials. Do you think you can tell when asbestos is in a manufactured product by looking at it? It's okay if you aren't sure. We'll explain the correct answer. Because we can't tell if a product contains asbestos just by looking, we must assume that certain products contain asbestos unless analysis indicates otherwise. Most countries no longer allow asbestos in manufactured materials due to its dangerous health effects. However, you may encounter older products, such as those that were made before the 1980s, that do contain asbestos. If they were installed before 1981, the following products are presumed asbestos-containing materials: sprayed-on or troweled-on surface material, SM, thermal system insulation, TSI, resilient flooring. Treat all dust and debris from presumed asbestos-containing materials and known asbestos-containing materials as if they contain asbestos. Which of the following is a presumed asbestos-containing material? Presumed asbestos-containing materials are not the only products that may contain asbestos. You may find asbestos in building products, friction products, and as heat-resistant fabric or other products. It's important to remember that, if you are unsure about whether a product may contain asbestos, you should treat it as a presumed asbestos-containing material until it's tested and analyzed for asbestos content. We already know that sprayed-on or troweled-on surfacing material, thermal system insulation, and resilient flooring made or installed before 1981 are presumed asbestos-containing materials. What other building products may contain asbestos? Any of the following that were made or installed before 1981 may also contain asbestos: roofing, shingles and siding, fireproofing and insulation in building walls and ceilings, ceiling tiles, putties, caulks, and cements, such as those in chemical-carrying cement pipes, joint compound, spackling compound and tape, and soundproofing or decorative materials that people sprayed on walls and ceilings. Asbestos may also be in products that are designed to withstand the heat and wear associated with friction. These products include rubber gaskets and automobile brake pads and linings, clutch facings, and gaskets. There are other household products that may contain asbestos if they were made before 1981. They include fireproof gloves, stovetop pads and ironing board covers, hair dryers, insulation inside appliances, and artificial ashes and embers for gas-fired fireplaces. Choose the options that best complete these statements about asbestos in manufactured products. When we say asbestos, we are referring to different naturally occurring asbestos minerals, all of which are dangerous. You don't have to memorize the types of minerals, but it may be helpful to know what they look like and where they may be located. Select each type to see a brief description. You must select them all before you may proceed. The most common type of asbestos is chrysotile, which people may call what due to its color. When asbestos is completely intact, it isn't dangerous to human health. It's when it becomes friable that it is dangerous because it breaks into small, airborne fibers that people may inhale or ingest. Once they are in your body, they can cause respiratory diseases, including cancer. Remember, you can't tell if a product contains asbestos just by looking at it. If you see signs of damage or deterioration on a product that may contain asbestos, leave the area and report it immediately so that qualified people can safely repair or remove it. Signs of damage and deterioration may include breakage, crumbling, cracks, fraying, the presence of dust, and water damage. There are some activities that will make asbestos that was intact become friable. We're talking about any activity in which you cut, sand, break, or otherwise disturb the asbestos product. Some examples include work that you may perform on buildings that were built before 1981, including removing roof or floor tiles or popcorn ceilings, replacing wall or roof insulation, sawing, drilling, sanding or scraping joint or spackling compound, cutting pipe insulation, and knocking or blowing on brake components. Which of these vinyl floors that were installed in the 1970s may be releasing friable asbestos fibers? You should now be able to recognize presumed asbestos-containing materials, identify products and locations that may contain asbestos, recognize types of asbestos, and recognize signs of damage and deterioration of presumed asbestos-containing materials.